Imagine stepping onto a movie set, the air thick with tension, and locking eyes with an actor whose presence alone makes your heart race. This is the story of a man whose intensity didn't just steal scenes, it left co-stars trembling, neighbors rattled, and audiences captivated. His name is synonymous with raw power, a force so commanding it blurs the line between the roles he plays and the life he lives. But behind that fearsome aura lies a journey of grit, discipline, and unexpected heart. Let's dive into the life of a Hollywood legend whose story is as compelling as his performances. Born in the heart of Harlem in 1959, he grew up in a world where danger lurked around every corner. The streets were alive with temptation drugs, gangs, quick cash. But even as a kid, he chose a different path. Football became his outlet, a way to channel his energy and stay focused. His neighborhood wasn't just a backdrop. It shaped him, giving him a toughness that would later define his career. Yet it was a quiet moment in junior high that changed everything. A teacher saw something special in him during a poetry reading. "You've got a voice," she said. "You should use it." Those words sparked a fire, leading him to audition for a performing arts high school in New York. That choice set him on a path far from the streets he knew. In those school halls, surrounded by ambitious young artists, he found a place to harness his intensity. He wasn't just learning lines, he was learning how to command a room. After high school, he dove deeper, studying drama at a state university where a classmate gave him a nickname that stuck, a name the world would come to know. From there, he earned a scholarship to one of the most prestigious drama schools in the country, graduating with a degree that gave him the tools to tackle any role. His early days weren't about chasing fame. They were about mastering a craft. He performed Shakespeare in the park, took on classical roles, and lived by a simple rule. Acting wasn't just a job. It was a discipline. By the late 1980s, Hollywood started to notice. His early roles in gritty films showcased a man who could be both menacing and magnetic. Directors saw it, casting him as characters who carried authority in every step, every glance. Then came 1994, a year that changed everything. He landed a role in a film that would redefine his career, a crime drama where he played a crime boss with a voice so deep and a presence so chilling. Audiences couldn't look away. That performance wasn't just acting, it was a master class in quiet power. His lines weren't shouted, they were delivered with a calm that made them unforgettable. From that moment, he became Hollywood's go-to for characters who could dominate a scene without raising their voice. But his intensity wasn't just for the cameras. On the set of a 2001 film, a coming-of-age story set in South Central LA, he pushed his co-stars to match his fire. During rehearsals, he'd dive so deep into character that the line between fiction and reality blurred. One young actor, new to the scene, found himself in a chokehold so real he almost called for help. "I wasn't acting," the co-star later admitted, still shaken years later. Another actor recalled a moment when they wrestled on set. The energy so raw, it felt like a street fight. These weren't stunts, they were glimpses of a man whose passion for his craft could be overwhelming. Offset, the tension lingered. Some co-stars admitted they'd cross the room to avoid him, even at glitzy award shows. If this story is hitting you as hard as it's hitting me, please share it with someone who needs to hear it. It's a reminder of how one person's presence can leave a mark that lasts. His intensity didn't just shake up film sets, it followed him home. In 2016, He opened his door in Santa Monica to find police with guns drawn, a red laser dot fixed on his face. A neighbor had called 911, reporting a large man breaking into his own house. The situation only de-escalated when an officer recognized him as a star. It was a stark reminder that his commanding presence could spark fear, even among those who didn't know him. Tragedy struck closer to home, too. In 2007, while he was away, his caretaker was fatally attacked by dogs at his property. The loss added another layer to the aura of danger that seemed to follow him, a shadow that grew with every headline. Yet his life wasn't just about intensity. His faith kept him grounded, guiding him through Hollywood's chaos. He rarely spoke about it, but those close to him knew it shaped his choices. His personal life, though private, wasn't without struggles. Relationships came and went, tested by the demands of his career, but he never let the spotlight define him. Instead, he poured himself into giving back. During a film shoot in the early 1990s, he had a chance encounter that changed him. He found his long-lost brother, a homeless veteran, on set. Without hesitation, he stepped in, offering food, shelter, and support. That moment deepened his commitment to helping others. A side of him the headlines rarely captured. His career, though, wasn't without its bumps. Legal battles over unpaid fees and film profits dogged him in the 2000s. One movie, a 2003 thriller with a big-name co-star, was panned so hard it was called one of the worst films ever. The criticism stung, but he kept moving forward. By 2025, fans noticed something else. A video online showed him looking different, sparking worry about his health. The speculation only underscored how much he meant to audiences, how his presence had become larger than life. But let's rewind to where it all began. His Harlem roots gave him resilience, but his training gave him depth. After graduating, he didn't chase Hollywood lights. He took on Shakespeare, proving he could handle any stage. He once said, "I don't let the industry box me in. I can do drama, comedy, anything." That versatility shone through in the 1990s when he joined an action franchise, playing a tech genius who became the calm in the storm. Unlike the lead's high-flying stunts, his role was about quiet strength, a voice of reason that grounded the chaos. He stayed with the series for nearly 3 decades, becoming its backbone. His voice, deep, gravelly, commanding, became his signature. It wasn't just for action films. He voiced a protective social worker in an animated classic, narrated commercials, even lent his gravitas to video games. Every word he spoke carried weight. But he wasn't just a tough guy. In 1997, he took on a role as a flamboyant boxing promoter, delivering a performance so layered it earned him a Golden Globe. At the ceremony, he did something unforgettable. He handed his award to a legendary actor, saying, "This belongs to you." That moment showed a man whose heart matched his intensity, earning him respect beyond his roles. He kept pushing boundaries. In the 2000s, he played a firefighter in a comedy, stepping far outside his tough guy image with a role that demanded humor and heart. He voiced characters in video games, narrated documentaries, and took on dramatic roles that showed his range. Every choice was a reminder. He wasn't just a star, he was an artist. Even when legal disputes or bad projects came his way, he stayed focused, signing on for new films in 2025 that promised to show yet another side of his talent. His story isn't just about power, it's about purpose, his faith, his quiet generosity, his refusal to be boxed in by Hollywood's expectations. They all paint a picture of a man who's more than his legend. From Harlem's streets to the world's biggest stages, he's built a legacy that's as inspiring as it is intimidating. So, if his journey moves you, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this story. Let's celebrate a man who's not just a Hollywood icon, but a force of nature whose impact will echo for years to come.